Welcome to Cardinal Perspectives, a series featuring in-depth conversation with alumni, students, faculty, staff, and the extended family and community of the Catholic University of America. My name is Mary Agnes Trainer, Associate Director of Student Experience and Family Engagement at Catholic University. Today, I am pleased to introduce this episode of Cardinal Perspectives featuring John and Cathy Robben, co-chairs of the Catholic University Parents Council, and Mary Rivas, Assistant Director for the Student Experience and Family Engagement. Originally from New Jersey, John and Cathy Robbins now call Cincinnati home and are proud parents of 4 Cardinals. 3 of their children are graduates of the Catholic University. Catherine, who earned a degree in psychology and brain science in 2020, Joseph, who graduated with a degree in biomedical engineering in 2022, and Nicholas, who earned a degree in finance in 2025. Their 4th child, Bridget, is a junior at the Conway School of Nursing and a member of the women's rowing team. Joseph has also returned to campus and is pursuing a doctorate in biomedical engineering. Cathy was a Montessori and classical Catholic school educator, while John served on a board of directors for these schools. John recently completed a 38-year business career focused on information technology services. He currently serves as the Catholic University Cardinal Ambassador. The Robbins chose Catholic University because of the integration of Catholic faith and value in each academic program. John and Cathy truly embrace the mission, and we are proud to have them lead the Parents' Council. I am excited for you to hear their conversation today, so let's get to it.
All right, my name is Mary Rivas, and I am the Assistant Director of Leadership Annual Giving for our Student Experience and Family Engagement team. And today I have joined with me our 2 co-chairs, John and Cathy Robben. So tell us a little bit about yourself. You guys have 3 children who have graduated from here, 1 who is returned, now getting their doctorate degree, and 1 last daughter who will graduate in 2027.
I'm Cathy Robben, and we have 4 children here. We have 3 that graduated, and our daughter Bridget is still here as a junior in the nursing school. And then our son Joseph he's come back, and he's studying biomedical engineering for his doctorate. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah, so that's very exciting, and he's so blessed to have this opportunity. Especially through the Catholic University of America. So we're very excited about that. And did you want to know something more about myself?
Well, if I can just add, so we live in Cincinnati, Ohio right now, but we spent 17 years in New Jersey. Our kids pretty much grew up in New Jersey, and so the Catholic University was a 3.5-hour drive down here. I still remember the spring day back in 2016 when I drove down here with Catherine on Odyssey Day, and the campus was beautiful and right next to the Basilica and everything. I think we both, really admired the campus. So we're so happy that Catherine started, and she graduated in 2020 with a degree in psychology and brain sciences. And then each of our kids kind of followed on. We definitely let them look at lots of different schools and try to decide what they want to do, but Joseph graduated in 2022 with a with a biomedical engineering degree, and Nicholas in 2025 with a finance degree. And as Cathy said, Bridget's currently a junior in the nursing program, and thankfully Joseph got the opportunity to come back and get his doctorate in biomedical engineering. So,
Robin has been here on campus since
2016.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yes.
So are you guys going to come back and be students once all the kids are graduated?
No, I don't think so.
that would be nice.
Right. So we're natives of Cincinnati, but we moved to New Jersey in 2007 with John's work. He worked for Convergys in Cincinnati, and then they moved him to New Jersey to be more build up business with AT&T. So anyway, we only expected to be in New Jersey for a few years, and turns out we were there for 17 years. So, and like John said, we actually didn't know too much about the Catholic University of America living in Cincinnati. We are both Xavier University graduates. So when Catherine wanted to come and visit Catholic University of America, we thought, oh, this is interesting. And then once she came here and saw the campus and talked to the professors, it was, she's like, this is a really great place. I think I want to go to school here. And then the other kids, I mean, once you see the university and, they all were just like, yeah, this is a great place. I want to go to school here as well. So they all just kind of followed in, Catherine's footsteps. So each choosing different majors as well, which is really neat too. So we've seen a lot of different areas of the university by our kids having their own unique gifts, that they can follow and pursue here.
And the graduation ceremonies, each graduation has been on a different place in campus. You get a little bit more background in the photos with each student.
That's right.
Right, it's beautiful. I do have to say, Bridget did not want to go to school here. She did not want to go to the same school as all of her siblings did. So we actually toured 7 or 8 different universities, talked to all the professors there and everything. And then she also toured here again and spoke with Dean Nolan in nursing school. And she came to her own conclusion that, this was the best place for her as well. So it's nice. Ever since Joseph joined in 2018, we've had 2 of our children here at a time, and it's great for them to have someone they can rely on, a friend, and when they need anything. And even today, Bridget's here in nursing, and Joseph's studying in his doctorate degree. So it's been a nice environment for them.
Yes, so that was a nice bonus for Bridget. I mean, and she was really surprised because she lost Nicholas in May. He graduated 2025. He graduated. So when Joseph found out this summer that he actually got a scholarship. Bridget was like, "Oh, all right, I got Joseph, Joseph back with me." So
thanks to the Knights of Columbus. They gave him a nice scholarship, so appreciate them here as well.
Oh, wonderful. So tell me about how you guys first heard about or learned about our Parents Council, and what kind of inspired you to become members and stay a member.
Right. So Catherine started in 2016, and I think I'd kind of seen Parents Council. And I think it was a couple years into it when Joseph started, they actually had hosted a social event at one of the, Cardinal weekend or something like that. And we decided to go up and talk to them and have a free drink and all that. And we found out that, all the parents I talked to were very like-minded as us. They wanted to be involved in the university that their students were at. They wanted to make sure that it was promoting the Catholic values that we all appreciate and integrating it into the education. We found out a couple of the parents were parents of friends of our kids, so found a lot of commonality there. And also the fact that Parents Council has direct access to the president, the vice presidents, the professors of each of the schools. We got to know John Garvey personally. We now know President Kilpatrick personally, great people. Each of the deans, I mentioned Dean Nolan, Dean Abella in the business school, Dr. Brown, who's in the engineering school now, all great, great people that we've been able to develop relationships with. So it's been a great opportunity.
What would you guys say to a parent who's on the fence in joining? Somebody who might be worried that joining the Parents Council would encroach on their students' independence now that they're in college. I know it's a little bit different than, a high school board, PTA, when they're in elementary school. So what would you say to them?
Well, it's kind of interesting because when you go to orientation for freshman year, they talk about the helicopter parent, and it's not like that at all. So we can, in the background, like John said, talk to different administrators and find out what's going on in the university, but not without encroaching on our children's independence of being here. So it's really nice. We're sort of like in the background. I just think it's just really wonderful that we're given the opportunity to be able to talk to, different administrators and teachers and find out more about the university. And it only makes sense for a parent to want to be involved in their children's education to some extent without being that helicopter parent, over them, just having like a broader standing back position, if you know what I mean. And it only makes sense for John and I to be involved in our children's education because from when they were very small, John was on the board of the Montessori school that our children went to school. And then when we moved to New Jersey, I homeschooled for 8 years. And then we moved to a smaller school and I taught at the school that my children were there. And John was on the board. So, we've always been involved in our children's education. So even though we're not directly involved, like I said, it's nice to, be in the background and know what's going on and help if we can in any way with our children's experience and other children, other people's, everyone who comes through this university. So that's all.
Yeah, and I think our kids appreciate the fact that we're obviously not talking to their professors directly about their grades or anything like that, but we're involved just in the direction of the university and supporting initiatives. Our daughter Bridget's on the rowing team in the athletics department, or obviously in athletics, and we're on the subcommittee for athletics where we get to speak directly to Kevin Robinson and find out about what the needs are in the athletic department and hear about all the programs they've got going on with their faith-based programs and campus ministry and their psychological wellness programs and things like that. So yeah, I think our kids appreciate the fact that we're involved, but not like micro involved in their activities.
Would you say that the Parents Council has impacted their experience in particular here?
We would like to think so. I mean, just by the fact that we support the university, we support them. Hopefully, they feel more comfortable, talking to us about their experience here, and we always want to know, how are things, at the cafeteria, especially.
Yeah, that's a common concern. Yeah.
Let us
It's been
know.
good lately, though. That's good.
if you see something or something is not right, even in the dorm, in dorm life, whatever, talk about it, or reach out to somebody. Don't be afraid to communicate. People want to know, if something's going on, so anyway, hopefully it gives them, they feel more confident in having a voice and, making, because, the whole goal is we want this place, we want Catholic University of America to be the best university that it can be, right, for its student population and faculty and staff. So anyway.
Yeah, I think they appreciate the fact that we're on Parents Council and we come back to campus for Parents Council events and for, Cardinal weekend, homecoming weekend, spring events and things like that. And we're not, like I said, we're not sitting in the dorm room all day, we're out doing things and they come to the events, they meet other parents whose, friends are their, friends of theirs and things like that. So yeah, I think they appreciate the fact that we're involved.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What are the logistics on getting involved in Parents Council? Was the process fairly seamless for you guys? Have you seen it change over the last few years?
It is very seamless. Like I said, we attended a social event. There were, I think at this point, there are probably over 60 parents involved in Parents Council. We attended an event that had probably 20 of them hosting, serving drinks and talking to people. And they directly connected us to Kira Lyons, who was the former administrator of the Parents Council. Now it's Mary Agnes Trainer. So I think any of the parents, if you know any parent that's involved in Parent Council, they'd be happy to talk to you about it. I think they're all happy and would encourage it. We would be happy to talk to anybody if, get our phone number, our email address. And also, obviously, Mary Agnes Trainer is the person who kind of coordinates everything. So I think it is very easy to get involved with Parents Council.
Now, this is your first year as co-chairs, correct?
Yes.
That's correct.
What initiative so far, it's only January, but what initiative are you guys most proud of that's come out of the Parents Council?
Well, we help lead a rosary, family rosary. So we're doing intercessory prayer for students, faculty, and staff here at the university, and it's really a wonderful way for um, us to connect with other parents in the Parents Council, and you know, intentional. We have an intentional prayer time together, and we also have one of the Dominican priests, either Father Aquinas or who was
Father
one?
Napke,
They
yeah, they lead
so
it.
yeah, so they help lead the rosary, and so anyway, it's just a beautiful, meaningful way for us to get together and have intercessory prayer, like I said, for everyone involved in the university.
Yeah, if I could say, the first one we held was in the fall, and we had it it was like the twilight behind the basilica, and there were probably 50 parents there, along with the Dominicans and some staff members here, and I felt like the Holy Spirit was there. I mean, we were all together behind the basilica, praying the rosary for our intentions for the school, for our students, for the faculty. It really is a beautiful thing that I think, Cathy kind of helped initiate. And then beyond that, we're forming several subcommittees in Parents Council. I think we're proud of this. As I mentioned, we have a subcommittee for the athletics department. So parents who have children in athletics, we meet as a committee. We just met last night. Kevin Robinson, the athletic director, spoke to us. We had an hour-long session of presentations about what they're doing in the athletics department, accomplishments, and then a question and answer session. So that was very transparent. There's also another parent in Parents Council who's going to head up the psychological wellness program to really help the students with their mental happiness, or to make sure they're balanced in their life and continue to succeed. And then also there's a Rome School, the Rome School of Performing Arts. There's a parent who's heading up a subcommittee to promote their activities. And we'll continue to add committees to the Parents Council based on what parents' interests are. So I think those are the things that we're most proud of that's been started with Parents Council.
I think that kind of answers what's on the horizon for us in Parents Council. Is there anything else that you guys would like to share? Anything upcoming? I know there's a meeting tomorrow morning, and we're going to hear a lot about the AI and the AI Institute here at CUA. But anything else that you'd like to share? Anything coming for the springtime that you know of?
Well, I do want to say that I'm glad you mentioned the Parents Council meeting. We have several of the professors, I think Dr. Yost, Taylor Black, several people. So it's just an example of the access we have to professors and faculty here presenting what's going on in the university. So that's great. We want to continue to grow the membership in Parents Council. I can honestly say that I feel like the relationships we've developed with the administration, the professors, and especially other parents here, is so special. It's more than the small investment you make to become part of Parents Council. So I want to encourage more growth in that, and then also identifying other subcommittees that could benefit parents and their students at the university.
Parents are an important part of the community. I think a lot of times we hear about alumni and the students, and we forget, parents are part of this too. Your children are here, or have come through here.
And that's the most important thing in our life.
Of
Our
course.
children, it is for other parents, obviously.
Right. And we believe in the education that our children have gotten here. And so it's like a legacy as well. So we're always wanting to make the place better from where we've come from, wherever you go. And so, we feel like this in our lives, and then we also want that for our children to be instilled in them also. So wherever you go, you want to make your environment, the place where you've been, a better place. So, we're constantly growing and evolving and becoming better. And so it's all, it's such a beautiful thing, that God has given us here, the Catholic University of America. And, that's, trying to get us all to heaven. So, hopefully this whole university experience will, bring us all together and get us to heaven. And because that's sort of another thing is that I've always said that this is like a little haven here in Washington, D.C. So, in the midst of, this big city with all its, issues, this is just definitely a place, a safe place
haven.
here, a safe haven, a beautiful, beautiful place. So, yeah, so we're just so happy that, our children are here and Catherine got us started.
Yeah, and
on this
I'm
whole
glad you
journey.
brought that up because Catholic University is very unique. They truly integrate our Catholic faith and Catholic and Christian values in every academic program. It's not just they teach theology in one area and you do everything else. It's like no, there's Catholic businessmen and Catholic engineers and value-based Christian nurses. That makes Catholic University very very special among all the universities, I believe.
As you reflect on your time, as we've been doing, and time as parents of Seaway students, what is something you could go back and tell yourself in 2016? Like as you guys are starting that journey with Catherine starting here, what would you tell yourselves? About either what to expect or, any reassurance you would give yourself to the next decade of being here?
I know this is we're head of the parents council and I don't want to sound like salesy or anything, but I wish we would have joined right away in 2016. I think we waited until 2018 or 2019 just to really get to know the other parents and the faculty and everything here. It's been really special and beneficial, and then also just to enjoy each year of the involvement. It's amazing how quickly our children grow up. It's like you drop them off freshman year, and then it just seems like a blink of an eye, and they're graduating. So just to enjoy each step of it, and each time you see them, and each time they come home, and just really appreciate the moments in this special place here.
Kathy, anything you want to add?
No, I think that's good, John. I think he summed it up well. There's always a lot of things going on in your life. But it's really, it's really nice to have a purposeful time to get together with other parents. It's really nice to have scheduled meetings to come together and focus on what's going on at the Catholic University of America. So I really like that aspect of being part of parent council because of the purposefulness of the group and the time that we're together and being able to come to Washington D.C. Bonus seeing our children, and then having a good productive meeting with other parents and people here on the staff and faculty.
Yeah, great. Is there anything else that you guys want to add? Any just last minute thoughts? Could be reminiscent, could be something you guys are excited for. As the second semester ends and, Bridget goes through her last year of undergrad. Anything else you want to share?
Well, like I said, enjoy every minute of it. I always love coming on campus here and seeing the beautiful view of this is a beautiful building here, this Conway School of Nursing, and our son was in the Bush School. Just the Basilica over there, just enjoy every time I come on campus. I enjoy the environment and the people that we see, and I would encourage other people to take the time to do that as well. If you're on campus, you get so much more out of it, just with the relationships of meeting with people and being able to spend time with your student here and things like that. So I would encourage that as well. Yeah, especially the people that are local. I'm jealous that they could just drive to campus here. Please do that.
I mean, it's a community, and it's a community that we've built for good reasons.
Yes.
You always need a sense of community, and especially now after the community of high school and middle school and grade school kind of is different. Right. This is exactly what we're building here.
And it is beautiful. Each of our kids came, not knowing many people, and they did, each of them build a nice community of friends and colleagues that they'll know for a lifetime.
I just want to give a heartfelt thanks to John and Cathy Robben who joined me today for this lovely conversation.